thanks for staying with us. B. Odogu continues to generate more revenue for the government. Also on customs reports, Seme border hands over drugs to NGL officials at the border. Plus, more report. I am Egiseme Edie. Stay tuned.
President Bola Tinubu has approved a one-year extension of the tenure of the Comptroller General of the Nigerian Customs Service, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi. According to a statement issued by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, on Thursday, the extension will allow Adeniyi, whose tenure was originally due to expire on August 31, 2025, to consolidate ongoing reforms and complete key initiatives of the current administration. These include the modernization of the Nigerian Customs Service, the implementation of the National Single Window Project, and Nigeria's obligations under the African Continental Free Trade Protocol. President Tinubu praised Adeniyi's leadership and dedication to public service, expressing confidence that the additional year will further strengthen the customs service in fulfilling its mandates of trade facilitation, revenue generation, and border security.
The customs number one man in Nigeria and also the chairperson of WCO has continued to speak more on revenue generation as approved by the Nigerian government through the implementation of Odogu, a system developed by Nigerian Customs Service in Nigeria. The customs citizen and the platform will encourage importers to pay their duties easily.
It's important that we create this platform for ourselves so that you can share your concerns with us, so that we can know your experience on the application of Odogu. I really want to appreciate some of our reform champions, some of our migration champions, who have really done their best to ensure that we bring Odogu to your doorsteps. You saw the beautiful videos that were played. We started it out there in PTML. I remember that when we first went to PTML, I saw some anxiety. I saw some butterflies in some of our officers, particularly the officer in charge of the rollout there, CSC Oladepo. Thank you very much. Please, let's kindly acknowledge the contribution of this man. In fact, there was a time I was going to ask for his birthday so that I buy him a clipper, because that particular time he had no time to visit the barbers and all of that because of the stress. But now he has become a Odogu champion. And it was the same situation with AC FIAM and all the other officers who we brought the pressure of the rollout. So the first point is for me to acknowledge their effort, to acknowledge what the PR unit has done in terms of the information that they have put out. But in the true manner of a thoroughbred public relations officer, and who has also gone through the rigors of Command and Staff College. No matter how good it is, we must find something to enhance it. So I'm going to suggest, and of course I'm going to lead that charge, to ensure that we make Odogu truly indigenous. I sat down there and I listened to the second video, putting us through what we needed to do when you want to log in. And I was hearing some nice, high-sounding Queen's English. I think the narration was speaking through our nose. Oh, that's bad, which is nice. I'm very sure some people will enjoy it. But can we take this a step further? If Odogu is indigenous, why don't we also do this in Pidgin English? I don't know if any of you had seen a football match being transmitted on Super Sports. owned by a South African platform, of a match being played and then the commentaries being run in pidgin English. It is sweet, die. People will enjoy the commentary more than the football match itself. So when people hear things like when you open the dashboard, in a computer system, some of our people who are not yet at that scale, they will ask you, now which one be dashboard for the computer? Now motor with the drive, where they see dashboard. So I think it must be a deliberate strategy on our part to make sure that we break all of this information down to all our stakeholders so that the more people that understand it from the grassroots, from the very bottom of the rung, the better for us. That's the second issue. The third issue is related to a Nigerian popular proverb, which says, better soup na money kill am. Technology is not cheap. As we migrate from one system to the other, we make a lot of investments in the technology rollout.
Why the controller in charge of our customs command also has this to say on the system.
It's been identified that availability of access, as well as ensuring all stakeholders have access to the system, will further strengthen the platform. To enhance interoperability between the systems and our stakeholders, transparency, synergy, and intelligence sharing has been identified to be very critical. Improving the response rate of our help desk has also been identified as part of the way forward to ensuring a seamless operation. Also, it's very necessary to update the frequently asked questions on the platform. Increasing stakeholders' buy-in in the process is also very key. I wish to thank the Comptroller General of Customs for his very visionary and innovative leadership and for providing this platform for us to discuss as a family on how the Bodogu platform could be further strengthened. Let us bear in mind that for every solution, there must be teething problems.
The City of Customs, who launched the system in PTLM early last year, said that Nigerian Customs Service will continue to improve and generate more revenue for the country. It speaks more on a number of issues.
For the third time, when we will bring a major project and then we take it to PTML to pilot. And now this says something about a terminal like that. A terminal that is willing to partner with you, to say, yes, you're going to bring forward a change, and we are ready to identify with you. And what we have seen during this panel shows that, yes, for every change process, there could be sacrifices that will be made. In those early days when we started back in October, I remember how many sessions that we had with PTML. In fact, it got to a time when we had insinuations that perhaps this was deliberate to price them out of the market, that possibly some people just wanted us to divert traffic to other ports or possibly to neighboring ports out of the country. But along the line, we were able to meet ourselves, somewhere along the way, some more sacrifices, and we are now happy that we are now at cruising level in PTML. And I believe that we are going to achieve the same level of smoothness in other commands once we appreciate the fact that every change process brings forth some level of sacrifice, but if the commitment is there, we will both benefit from the desired change that we want to bring about. Thank you so very much, PTML. And with that, I also like to appeal to our banks. One of the feedback that somebody gave us was that maybe we will have started with a fewer number of banks, just like we did with Terminal, so that we do not encounter this kind of problems that we had. So we are sounding this as a kind of lessons learned to our banks. If we need to step up, either change our system or we have a major progress, we will have to narrow it down to banks who are willing to swim or float or sink with us, because that's the essence of this kind of situation that has possibility for co-ownership. So we just want to enjoin you to still continue to collaborate with us. We will open up this kind of platform so that we'll take direct feedback from you on how to improve. Initially, during the opening session, I talked about some difference. The fact that Bodogu is bringing cost reduction, cost of doing business, ease of doing business. One partner agency said, well, theirs is about security. We also have a security mandate. But then the whole idea is that we have discovered that when you deploy the right technology and with the right attitude of stakeholders, you can actually win both battles, that of security, that of revenue, that of trade facilitation. These are not mutually exclusive mandates. So as we deploy technology, we will be getting better, the balancing act, such that none of these mandates will have to suffer because we are deploying a trade facilitation system. And you know that we must give power to our women. This looks very, very strange. As chairman of WCO, I am supposed to promote gender equality and diversity. And we've done this so well in the customs. When you look at the rollout of Bodogu, women are occupying very, very strategic positions. Both of them, all of them fair complexion, dark complexion, those of regular heights, those of extra heights. We have so many of them. Even in TMP, a woman is the general manager. I'm not sure we have recognized you, Dr. Ajirola. So I think it's power to our women, and they have shown that when we depend on them, they can actually do things right. So thank you so very much. And I'm bringing this in because they are very good balancers. They know how to balance all the extremes that we need. So maybe I will employ NDLEA, NAFDAC to give their women more opportunities and let them drive their ICT and modernization.
You are watching the program Customs Report. The Customs Area Controller in charge of semi-border has arrested 5 trucks loaded with rice through the unapproved route. The controller said the command will continue to implement government policies in regard to clearance of goods at the ports and also at the border areas. He has this to say to the smugglers of the trucks. According to the area controller in charge of semi-border, between the 1st of July and 19th of July, Customs seized 5 trucks loaded with contraband items along Lagos-Abidjan corridor. The seizures include 2,800 bags of foreign rice, 250 bales of second-hand clothing, and the duty paid value of over 990 billion naira.
The operatives of the command, acting on credible intelligence and coordinated information strategies, successfully intercepted and seized a total of 5 trucks laden with smuggled rice along Lagos-Abidjan corridor. Not only rice, we have other items like second-hand clothing, 898 parcels of cannabis sativa, 1,319 bags of foreign parboiled rice, 50 kg each, 40 bags of sugar, 64 bags of flour, 50 kg each, 50 cartons of ketchup tomato, 1 boat and engine, 20 bales of second-hand clothing, 4 bales of used shoes. That Nigeria Customs Service is trying their best to curtail smuggling. As you are aware, since our CGC came into office in 2023, we have been making seizures. About 3,555 seizures have been made since it came. We have a DPM value of those seizures of about 35 billion. That will show the effort that the Nigeria Customs Service has been making to contain smuggling activities in Nigeria. With less technology, we are still on top of the game. In here, you can see that almost every month that we normally hold press conference to showcase our seizures. We don't do it on empty premises. We are doing it on the seizures we make. And we don't repeat. By the time we free the one of today, we will load everything inside the warehouse and start another seizures. That's the kind of stuff we are made.
On Revenue Generation, he said the same area has generated over 1 billion into the Federation account. He later handed over the seized drugs to NGL official at the border.
Hereby hand over the parcel of cannabis, 819 parcels, to the commander of NDLA, the Customs, for proper prosecution.
This is not just a handover of drug goods, but it symbolizes the continued cooperation that exists between us in the cross-border crime and drug trafficking.
He attributed the success of the Customs Command at combating the activities of smugglers with effective collaboration between the customs units and other security agencies. The Federal Operation in Zone A has again seized goods worth millions of naira from smugglers operating along the nation's borderline. The Customs Area Controller also seized drugs, which he later handed over to the officials in Lagos. The two of them has this to say on the number of issues.
Operations. Sometimes we'll get them, and sometimes before even at the point of probably the loading, if we get that and they are not yet loaded, we'll get them apprehended. What do we need to do with Dangote truck again? So we don't need any business with Dangote truck. So all we do is where do we get these things and who is involved? If there's an arrest we made. Like I had earlier said, the CGC just mentioned, representative of the CGC just mentioned that we had 9 suspects. So our investigation is still ongoing. Is it connected still to Dangote or trucks or not to the Dangote companies? So, but like we had earlier said, the items are there and they are deposited in the right place where they are supposed to be deposited. And correspondences like the order of the day, you have your what do you call that? Detain and seizure notices issued to whoever that is claiming to be the owner. Then again, our government will have dispatch note collected by the warehouse, the citizen officers. So that is now there for the government.
DCA National Government Group and the Deputy Commander Asset Explanation Investigation. I'm presenting the Commander, Abubakar Imam Wali, who is availably absent because of absence for official assignment. The synergy between custom and NDLA is long and it's still standing. And this is the evidence that is working now, and you see it. This is a remarkable achievement. Withdrawing this support from the public is very, very important, often with the current security challenges we have in this country. On behalf of my Commander, we appreciate the Customs Service, extend our regards and heartwarming regards to all the custom officers who have fight gallantly to achieve this success. And we assure you that we will dig into the matter and we'll get the root of this seizure to make sure that the conflict are booked and are prosecuted according to the law of Nigeria. Thank you. You are welcome, and thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. With your permission, sir. I go ahead with it. Thank you, sir.
The Controller General of the Nigerian Customs Service has been speaking on customs care in Apapa, Lagos.
We are happy that our intervention has provided a better learning environment for all our students. But more importantly, we are happy that our intervention has really ignited the renewed hope that under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our children can learn under a good environment and they can aspire to be the very best that they can in their career. Apart from education, under the CSR program for Nigeria Customs Service, we have identified 5 other pillars to support the President's SDG priorities. We are having interventions in healthcare. We are supporting the creative industries. We are going to be providing water access to less privileged Nigerians. We are going to support information technology, ICT, and therefore, what Mr. Chairman mentioned about the fact that you have a playing ground around here, the Maracana Stadium, this will be our next step of our intervention to reach out to 2,000 school pupils, and we have all of these learning aids which we are going to give to them. In terms of reach out to Nigerians, using the other pillars of creative economy, health delivery, our target is to reach out to 10 million Nigerians.
While in Apapa also, the ACG in charge of Zone A also has this to say, customs care.
Controller General of Customs Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, MFR, DSM, FNIIA, PSC Daga. Your distinguished presence here today amidst numerous competing national priorities underscores the significance the service places on community development. Your leadership has consistently demonstrated that a modern customs service must excel not only in revenue collection, trade facilitation, and border security, but also in meaningful community engagement.
At the heart of our mandate lies a duty not only to generate revenue and facilitate trade, but also to positively impact the lives of Nigerians, especially our diverse and strategic stakeholders. That is the essence of our corporate social responsibility initiative, Customs Cares, as redefined under the visionary leadership of our Controller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, MFR, DSM, FNIPR, FNIIA, PSC Daga, the brand new WCO chairperson. Please, can we give him a round of applause? Thank you very much.
While the CG speaks more on more issues, which also include the controller of Apapa, who also spearheaded the renovation of the school as approved by the CG of the Joint Customs Service.
We are a responsive government organization that is alive not only to its mandate of revenue generation, trade facilitation and security, but also caring for the community that we serve. All parts of the Federation will be part of the plan. We would have launched the Zone B and Zone C but because we had some delays, so we had plans to go to Zone B next, and then Zone Z and Zone D. In fact, I can tell you that in Zone C, we have already identified 2 schools that we're going to adopt, one in Cross River State and one in Rivers. And we are working towards going there for the launch. We'll let you know.
Just before the end of this week edition of the program Customs Report, we brought you reports where the Nigerian Customs Service continue to generate more revenue for the country, whereby smugglers who want to bring in consignment to the country are not allowed to come in, or else their consignment alongside with the smugglers prosecuted by government. For me, Igeseme Itinye, thanks for watching.